Good morning. It's Monday morning, and we are doing Throwback Monday because Bill Siniard is with me, and Bill Siniard might be my co-host from how many years ago?
Co-host from Another Mother.
That's right.
I don't know how many years it was.
Golly,
what was it?
dude, it's been 5 years. 5 years. 6 years. 5 years.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah, 6 years.
Time flies.
Actually, yeah, it is. And that is so weird because you just took off with a business that went crazy enough that you actually hired your wife to be your assistant.
Well, she's my lunch lady.
Now she's...
My son's wife is our assistant, yeah.
And now Miss Melissa has kind of retired, hasn't she?
Yeah, she loves it. She loves it. She's sitting at home right now in front of the fireplace with a dog in her lap watching TV.
Yeah, that's a pretty good life to have as young as she is. Now, you know what that means about you? That you planned well. I
don't know about that, but I'm happy to do what I'm doing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you do love what you're doing. And with Jordan getting to work with you now, then it means that sweet wife gets to stay at home with sweet baby. Was that kind of the plan?
Well, it was hopefully the plan, but it just worked out that way. I was looking to hire somebody to take my wife's place maybe, and my son was looking to hire somebody to take his wife's place, and so we just decided to do one of those.
There you go.
Make it one business.
There you go. Now, Bill, can you tell that the economy is picking up?
In a lot of areas, it is picking up. I still see some struggling with some things. I mean, housing is going up way too fast, as you know.
Yes.
The housing prices, so that's got to stop.
Yes.
Or we're going to get in trouble again. But, and I'm glad to see the gas prices kind of staying.
Yes.
You know, at one time they were going up 30, 40 cents and then coming down, but lately they've kind of leveled off.
I don't want to say the word secure because then it'll blow all to the devil and back, but it's pretty secure right now.
Well, it's still too expensive in my book. I wish it was 59 cents a gallon again. But
Well, let me tell you about when it was 59 cents a gallon. It was actually 57.9. I was driving a 1972 Cadillac Coupe de Ville on the way to the gynecologist at Kennestone Hospital.
That's too much information.
We'll never forget this because on the way down I needed gas, and this was before 515. So I'm going through Ball Ground on Old 5, and I said, well, I'll get gas when I come back because gas was like 52.9 or 53.9. And I said, I'll fill up when I come back because I was, as always, in a hurry and late. And so I'm running down to the doctor. I get my things done, and I go over to Belmont Hill Shopping Center. Do you remember that place?
I remember that place. Yeah.
Had the Sears outlet. I went in the Sears outlet. I went to the Edwards Baking Store.
The good old days.
Yes, it was awesome. It had what do they call them? I don't want to use the word cruddy pies, but they had the almost out of date, that kind of thing at Edwards Baking Center. And I would always fill the freezer up, and the kids loved this. And on the way home, I said, oh man, I got to get gas. So I get to Ball Ground. It's jumped to 57.9. That was the day the world stood still. Because I said, oh no, it'll never come back.
I remember the days when, like you said, it would only go up a penny in a whole year if it did. I mean, then now it goes up 30, 40 cents, comes down 2 cents. I mean,
well, this went up about 4 cents that day. And driving a big Cadillac, and I can't remember what kind of engine it had, but I remember that was the heaviest car in the world. It took a good bit to fill it up, and it sucked it because it had like a 400-something engine. Does that sound right?
It's a big old 8-cylinder engine.
Yeah,
so, that's a gas, and they were big cars, hard to stop.
Yes, and it was ugly.
I guess you prefer going back to when you had the horse and buggy because you didn't have to use gas.
That's right.
You remember those
exactly
days,
right? I do. I remember that as a child. Yes, I do. Right down through Atlanta when Whitehall Street was dirt.
You watched Sherman as he marched through, didn't you?
That's right. Actually, I was there to say, sir, would you like some tea?
Oh, I'm sure.
Sweet or unsweet?
He would have probably shot you.
You know what? When I look back at my life, I really do have some awesome, cool memories, and a lot of them are old. A lot of them really are old, and I think about that. And
She said it.
It's crazy, Bill, because I'm really getting where you've always put me. You always put me in the old granny range. I'm getting there.
Well,
how did this happen so fast?
I'm going to be respectful today and not say nothing.
He's never going to be respectful.
Well, I mean, I tell kids stories of when I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and
they're like,
they don't get it either. I mean, you had, as far as potato chips go, I mean, I can remember when you had plain and barbecue.
That's it. That's
and then,
it.
And then sour cream and onion came along, and
Yeah.
then it's like, wow,
Yeah.
and Fritos and Doritos, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then I told them, I said, they used to have chips delivered to people's houses in a metal can, Charles chips. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, were they not fantastic?
I've got some of those canisters.
Oh, they're so good.
Antiques and stuff. But yeah,
Is Charles Chips still in business?
I have no idea.
I wonder. I
But
don't know.
then I told them about having milk delivered to your front door.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
all that stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, Atlanta Dairies, we lived at 2632 Memorial Drive, and we had this little metal box sitting on the front porch.
Glass
And they would
jars.
put the glass jars in there, and it was insulated, and it kept it cold until we got up and got the milk. And I remember he ran like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And does that happen? Does Atlanta Dairies even exist
Butter and
anymore?
eggs and all that stuff, you know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, things have really changed.
It's a different world. Now, talking about pricing, I am learning quickly. If you price it right, it's going to sell today. If you price it wrong, you're going to sit and stare at it.
True.
And I was talking to my uncle before I came in on the show today, and I have a little game plan to market his house that's a little bit different than what he had in mind, because I think just a tiny bit makes a difference. If you put it at that point that it's going to hit the right person, it's going to sell. And that's the whole thing with everything that's on the market today. If you over-evaluate your business, you're going to be doing it yourself. You're not going to sell it because nobody's going to want to step in and pay the price.
It's true.
But if you price it right, people are beginning to take risk again, which scares me. People,
Yeah.
yes, we got in this mess before because we took too many risks. I was one of those who put all my money in real estate. If I bought something, I flipped it, I made money on it, I put that money in more real estate. I continued this great trip that was wonderful until we went down that other side of the mountain.
All your eggs in one basket.
All your eggs in one basket. What a huge mistake. But I don't see people doing that yet. I think they're still diversifying. And when I look at, you do something that I think is pretty smart. You like old coins. You like them, so you collect them, but you collect them because you like them, but they're also a value.
Yeah, and I also sell them, so I don't just
You
hang on to
do.
them.
You do.
I keep some and sell some, but I used to have a lot more than I have now. Back when silver went up to about $30 an ounce, I sold everything I had.
Sure.
Had two guys, one of them here in LJ, he bought everything my dad had, everything I had, and one of my friends had. And it was just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars that they spent on it. And now silver's down to about half that, so I don't
Yes.
feel too bad.
Yeah.
I bought mine at about $8 an ounce, and I sold it around 30.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's
Well,
pretty awesome.
I told my dad he used to go gold panning a lot, and he still has some gold that he found in creeks. He used to
Mm-hmm.
go panning for it, and he will not turn loose of that until the day he dies. Probably still won't turn loose of it. I guess I'll have to deal with it. Yeah, I'll have to deal with it. But it got up pretty high, and he still won't sell it.
Really?
And it's just stuff he panned. He didn't even have to pay for it.
Yeah,
It was an enjoyment he liked.
Now, and that's interesting because we know that Georgia was part of a gold rush, and
Yep.
we know that there really is gold in them thar hills.
Still
and there
is.
Still is.
Still is.
And how many years ago did your dad pan for gold?
It's been around 20. He quit around 15 years ago. I guess he lost interest or whatever. He had his own little sluice box. He'd come home, pour all the dirt in there, and just go through it. It was
How
interesting. A lot of work, lots
Yeah.
of work, but he enjoyed it. you know.
Yeah, sure.
But there was a vein that ran all the way from Dahlonega, up above Dahlonega, all the way across and cuts over near Cobb County, but it's up near Paulding County. And there's a lot of creeks over in the Bartow, Ackworth, Bartow County, all the way over to, I'd say Paulding County, Dallas. That vein runs through there. Kind of thins out a little bit.
Well,
they found a lot over that
Now,
way.
here we go. Uncle Fred's property is on the Chestatee River. Might that be part of that vein?
Could be.
Well,
Could be.
wouldn't that be interesting?
You just got to go digging.
You
Get
gotta
your
go
shovel
dig it.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, they had their best luck. They'd get in these creeks, and they would get into where an elbow would form in a creek, and they could tell it'd been there for years and hadn't been disturbed or changed. And they go digging in that elbow because that's where a lot of the sediment would just kind of wash in.
Right.
And that's where they found their stuff.
Wow, interesting. Now, did your mom enjoy that too?
She didn't ever go.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
He has his interest and she has hers.
Kind of like you and Melissa, because she wants to go to a certain concert that you're really not real enthused
Well,
with.
I mean, I do. I'm a gospel music guy, but
Yes,
I
he
like
is.
the old rock and roll too, and I
Yes,
like going
he
to those.
does.
And my wife likes country.
Let's talk about old rock and roll. You were at the ZZ Top concert. Were you one of the youngest people there?
Well, I wouldn't say youngest. My daughter and son were there, so
Okay.
they were younger than me, and there were a few children there. I saw some teenagers, but most people were over 50. Let's put it
Yes,
that way.
and some people were
Or
over
over 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the performers themselves are 67, 66 years old. So they've been around quite a while.
Yeah.
They've been performing since 1969, from what I understand.
Did they look like they were road hard and put up wet?
No, they looked about the same as they did years ago, because two of the guys, it's funny because Frank Beard, the drummer, his name is Beard. He don't have a beard. But the other two guys have long beards, and they wear sunglasses and hats, and they're clothed to the tilt, and you can't see nothing but their nose and their hands anyway. So you couldn't tell if they were 70 or 20.
Gosh. Now the music. Did people get up in the aisle and dance? Was it
Oh
a
yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
time?
The time they came out, from the time they quit, everybody stood up.
That is funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised they had them there, because most of
It
the
was
time,
a rarity. It
Yeah.
was a rarity.
most of the time a group like that plays in arenas that hold 20 and 30,000
Sure,
people
sure.
or more.
Yeah.
So.
And when you look at the fact that they're at this age, who could replace one of them? If one of them passed away, the group would just fold, because
Well-
you can't replace that kind of talent, and that kind of what they do together is perfect.
Out of all the groups that are still performing, I'd say rock and roll music, or even pop music, they're one of the only groups, besides maybe like Aerosmith or something like that, that's got the same original members that started. That's rare.
I wonder if we did a trivia question and asked who was the person with Aerosmith who's the lead? Do you
Lead
think
singer?
we could get? Do you think we could get somebody?
Yeah,
to
there's
answer
probably
that
a few
question?
people out there that like that kind of stuff.
You think so? Yeah. Do you like that kind of stuff?
They're one of those groups that I love them and I hate them, because some of their music is just terrible, and some of it's really good.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the older stuff they did.
Yeah,
The newer
yeah.
stuff is like,
Yeah. Well, that lead guy, I'm sorry. I just like, oh, really?
well, he's a different bird, but
He is definitely a different.
he's
bird.
laughing all the way to the bank.
He is. And how long's Aerosmith been?
Probably around 71 or so.
Golly, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they did that song called Dream On
Yeah.
back in like 71
And I'll just
or 2.
say, he looks like he's been road hard and put up with.
Yeah, and he has, I'm
He looks
sure.
like he's
so.
been rode hard
They've
put
done
up
some
with.
weird stuff together. So.
They have done some weird stuff.
They need the
together.
Lord. They need Jesus for sure.
All right, as always, we have birthdays. And if you are wondering why we're not on Facebook today, we had a little glitch with the internet connection because my phone was acting crazy. It was on something I'd done yesterday, but I think we've got it going now, so we'll get it started in a few minutes.
My dad says the internet's evil.
The internet is evil.
He's 80 years old. He don't
yeah.
get it. He
Well,
just,
my late husband said the internet will bring down the world. He said it's the end of mankind. He hated it. Except he managed to spend $56,700 on eBay, so he must have liked it somewhere along the line.
Well, a lot of people thought that the Ford car that came out was evil too. So,
There you go. All right, today we have a lot of birthdays, and I want to start with Sunday's birthday, so it's going to be kind of opposite than what's on the list. But I have a cousin out in California, love her to death. Her name is Michael, after Michael Lerner, who was in
nice looking lady.
who was in
The Waltons.
the Waltons, but something else. Did she play in something else too? I saw her in a movie.
I've seen her in a few things before.
Yeah,
the
a few
Waltons,
things,
yeah.
but the Waltons, we remember her
I
as
saw her
that.
on Match Game.
Did you?
Yeah, Gene Rader.
Okay, happy birthday yesterday. Michael Wilbur, Betty Emery, Miss Karen Peck, Carol MacArthur, and Philip White. Happy birthday yesterday. And today, happy birthday to Adam Richards, to Marty Bryson, to Mary Ellen Matthews, to Billy Brackett, to Brianna Perdue, to Ed Stevens, to Cherie Ellis, to Elizabeth Gibson, to Bill Lawrence, and to Toby Minter.
Bill
Happy
Lawrence?
birthday to each of you. Yes.
The Alpha Man.
I believe it is.
Lord help.
I believe it is. Lord help him.
He's a piece of work. You know?
He's a mess. He's a mess.
Sorry,
All
Bill.
right, now we are going to play a little trivia today, and we're going to give away a CD. And why don't we give away? Do you know anything about this group?
I do. Yeah.
First Mountain City. You sang lead with
I
them for
sang
how
with
many
them.
years?
No,
Over 10.
No, it's more than that. It's about more like 15 or 16. So
And I love "I Am Redeemed."
it's not on that one.
No, it's not, but it's on one I've got at home. You notice I didn't bring mine to give away because I play it. But I love, this is the gospel hymns.
Yep.
I love that. This weekend I found, I used to drive to Crossroads Baptist Church in Lawrenceville.
You're
And
right.
Nick had gone
sang
on a
there.
trip. Well, Nick had gone on a trip with the Inspirations, and I picked him up at that church one Sunday morning, and he said, "Mom, we need to go to church here." He said, "You'll love the music." And I'm all about the music. So I said, okay. So we went into church that day. I love their choir. You know why? They did these
Who
old
did that?
songs.
Red Book.
And I said, I knew all those songs. I can't sing, but I knew all those songs.
No, she can't sing.
No, she can't.
She's got other talents.
She does. But but it was funny because after that, I would drive to Lawrenceville to church on Sunday mornings.
It's a long drive.
It's a long drive. Well, let me tell you what we did this Saturday. And thank you, James Jones, Barry Abernathy, and Barry Scott for making the trip with us. Because do you remember the name of the group that they were in when they first started?
Barry Scott?
Don't say it. But do
Okay.
you remember the name? It was 2 words. Okay.
Yeah.
If you remember the name of the group that James Jones, Barry Abernathy, and Barry Scott did, I don't even know what year it was, but we had it on cassette. That's how I know it was a long time ago. So in order to get through Lawrenceville traffic on Saturday afternoon, we had to go to Grayson, Georgia. Traffic was the pits. It was
worse now.
the armpits of the devil. This was this past Saturday.
Oh, this past Saturday.
It was bumper
That's
to
even worse now.
bumper. It was bumper to bumper. It was sitting still. It was just crazy. But Freddie pulls out this old cassette of this group. So if you can tell me, call 866-939-2329 if you know the name of the group that James Jones, Barry Scott, and Barry Abernathy formed. If you're anything about gospel music in this area, you will know this group.
It's kind of bluegrass too, right?
It is so bluegrass, and it is so fantastic. We listened to that, and I was like putting it on Facebook, and I'm listening, and I said, I'm so glad you had this. And you know what I thought about? Cassettes break.
They do, yes.
Cassettes break. So if you have stuff on a cassette, I suggest you have it transferred to a CD because cassettes break. But it hasn't yet, and it's been played a whole bunch.
Or you
Call
can,
us at 866.
Or you can transfer it to an 8-track. Go
That's
ahead.
right. 939-2329, and you will win a First Mountain City Quartet if you know the name of the group. And it's a very simple name and a very wonderful group. And you know, I was laughing about this coming up the road today. I thought, well, you know, when groups break up, there are always rumors. Well, he thought he was better than him, and he got a burr in his bonnet, and he thought he was this, and he thought I don't know why they broke up. But in my opinion, after hearing and listening to Daly and Vincent and all these people in bluegrass, they were some of the best. They were absolutely
Good musicians.
3 of the best got together and formed this group. So call us at 866-939-2329 if you know what the name of the group was that Barry Abernathy from here in LJ, Barry Scott, and James Jones. And what fantastic, fantastic talent. You will win a copy of First Mountain City Quartet. This is some fantastic talent too. And are y'all getting together to do anything lately?
Not lately. Somebody will probably call us here soon to do something. So.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we have something sad to talk about. And you just found out about this last night. Happened on Saturday. And
It's a bad road too, by the way.
it's a bad road. When a community has to say goodbye to a child, and he was a child, a sophomore at Pickens High School, it is a sad time for everybody. The counselors will be talking to kids. PHS football player number 39 lost his life on Saturday. It was a single car accident. One was killed, and then the other one, I don't know if he's still in the hospital or not, but please say a prayer for everybody at PHS, everybody in the Pickens County community. What a wonderful, wonderful young man. And this is Adam Richards' nephew, and today is Adam's birthday. So just a tough time for family, a tough time for community. An outstanding young man who, they said, you know, his coach was talking about how he was always positive and smiling and reached out to everybody, and that's the kind of person. Have you ever noticed that's usually the kind that goes young?
Yeah.
Because they did make a mark while they were here?
Yeah, it usually is. Yeah.
So sad, sad, sad time for Pickens County, but please remember them in your prayers. All right, we're going to take a commercial break, and hopefully we will get the Facebook thing going, because I've learned that folks out in California are watching, folks in Illinois are watching.
They're up that early?
Folks in Orlando are watching. And today, my sister is in Bryson City, North Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Where her little grandchildren got to see snow.
I'm sure they
now,
did.
These are Floridians who came up over the weekend. They came up on Saturday, and they went to Bryson City to a cabin. And can you imagine when these little Floridians woke up Sunday morning, Nana, And Papa, there's snow everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool time for them.
How much they have up there? About 4 inches?
About 4 inches, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and that is really cool because if you're a kid coming out of Florida, I don't know if y'all know anything about Orlando. Odds of seeing snow are slim to none.
Slim to none,
Slim
yeah.
to none, slim to none.
They had some just north of here too. I saw
Yes,
Blairsville.
we did. Yes,
Yeah.
we did. And actually, Jen said she woke up and everything was covered in white, and in just a few hours it was gone. So
That's the kind you like.
that's the kind I love. That's the kind I love. And thank you, Bob Green. Got none. We got none. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back shortly.
You have never been so happy, dancing, swinging, laughing at me, smile on my face. It's happiness for days. Flowers in the garden grow, sun will shine on us below. All our days, growing up and old together, couldn't even dream a better, couldn't even dream a better way. You are everything I need, happy ever after we'll be. Couldn't even dream a better, once upon a life together, couldn't even dream a better way. A better way, a better way.
Fountain Roofing has been providing excellent service for 35 years. Let Lonnie assist you in choosing the roof perfect for your home and your budget. Commercial or residential, he can handle it all. Fountain Roofing continues to provide quality workmanship and will provide references upon request. At Fountain Roofing, we've got you covered. Call Lonnie at 706-692-6997. That's 706-692-6997.
Since 1962, Gilmer Towing has been serving the North Georgia area and would like to say thanks to all of our customers. For over 48 years, Gilmer Towing has carried on a family tradition with an experienced and friendly staff that offers 24-hour damage-free towing, unlocks, and four-wheel drive recovery. So when you're stuck in a ditch, tires flat, or car won't start, give us a call. Local or long hauls, big or small, Gilmer Towing will get them all. Give us a call today at 706-636-4TOW.
In today's changing world, some things should never change. Time-honored compassionate services are what families have come to know with Roper Funeral Home. Our professional and courteous staff offers traditional services, cremations, as well as advanced funeral planning, which relieves the burden from those we love.
Hello, I'm Kevin Roper. If you have any questions about the services we provide, we invite you to give us a call, stop by, or better yet, ask a family who has used our services.
We've had Alpha Insurance since our first daughter.
And when we had quadruplets, we really needed Alpha.
Now we need our own insurance with great rates, fast claim service,
and a local agent we know.
And we want a company our kids and grandkids can trust.
Call Alpha!
For the best agents in the business, call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center in Canton specializes in low-level pain management. We provide a holistic approach to treatment, managing knee, back, and joint pain along with migraines, allergies, and medical weight loss through holistic and alternative approaches rather than pharmaceutical treatments. By offering multiple specialties under one roof, including chiropractic care and neuropathy injection treatment, we create the continuity of care that assures positive patient outcomes. So take the first step to a life free of pain. Give us a call or go online today to georgiamtc.com.
The rockers on the front porch singing old familiar song. The tractors in the barn and the pastors freshly mown. Looking through the screen door, the aroma draws you in to the heart of the home where old memories begin. The heart of the home is calling you in. Cherie's in the kitchen, cooking with her friends, sharing recipes together, stories and songs, making new memories, the heart of the home. The heart of the home keeps calling you in. Cherie's in the kitchen, memories, the heart of the home. Making new memories, the heart of the home.
Hi folks, welcome to Heart of the Home. We're at the home of Mike and Sandy Denson, and I have my granddaughter Ansley Bruce visiting with me today. And we're going to prepare a simple recipe. I think Mike and Sandy are preparing for a barbecue for the 4th of July, and I'm going to teach Ansley, who will share this recipe with all her friends, the easiest recipe you've ever done. A friend of mine, Paulette Massey, shared this recipe with me 4 years ago, and yesterday we named it Ice Cream Sandwich Heaven because it is heavenly. Light, easy, simple, and 5 minutes. How about that? 5 minutes. Now, the ingredients for this are ice cream sandwiches, and we use the mini sandwiches. And Paulette's recipe was Cool Whip. Well, because I couldn't remember that, I adjusted and used marshmallow cream. We're going to use both today. And then you complement this with pineapple, strawberry, wonderful wet nuts, chocolate, or butterscotch. And if you make it and your family says, I don't like pineapple, just make it with the chocolate and butterscotch. This is a recipe that you can improvise, and you can, if your children don't like strawberries, take the strawberries out. We've already unwrapped our mini sandwiches. We're covering our layer of sandwiches with the marshmallow cream. And then we are going to start putting some of the condiments on there. We're going to start with pineapple, and basically you just spread the pineapple on there. There's your first flavor. We have marshmallow and pineapple. Now we're going to cover the pineapple with Cool Whip, and we bought fat-free Cool Whip. I know that sounds crazy, but you can't tell a dime's worth of difference in the taste, and you do lose a few of those calories. And we're going to add some strawberry to this. And keep in mind, if there's anything in this that your family doesn't like, adjust it. Go to caramel, go to chocolate, do whatever you need to make sure your family's happy with it. I even bought some chocolate Cool Whip because I have some precious little granddaughters who love chocolate. And I know that Miss Lily would love to have this with chocolate. Now we're going to drizzle some caramel over this. And then with the caramel, we will top off with chocolate. And I think Paulette tells me she uses 2 full jars of nuts, so I think we'll try that. Miss Ansley, what do you think of that?
I think it looks very good.
Very good. I think it looks very good. I think it's going to look better when we add a few cherries to it. There you go. Ice cream sandwich heaven, and it is heavenly. You will enjoy it, your family will enjoy it, and you will make this over and over again. Remember, simple, easy. Took us about 5 minutes. Done deal. Okay, Miss Ansley, look, easy, simple, and I'm going to dip you one up to enjoy. Oh my goodness. Looks like an ice cream sundae, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh goodness. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Heart of the Home every Thursday night. Please enjoy this holiday weekend. Keep it safe, keep it happy, and we will see you again next Thursday night on Heart of the Home. That was fun because I just feel that is a favorite recipe. Put it in the freezer. It's so rich. You take a little tiny bit out every day so you feel like you've treated yourself without killing yourself. And it's also a great birthday cake.
Not good for breakfast, but I'm sure for lunch.
Well, yes, for lunch it would be awesome. But we want to say thank you again to the Dairy Queen in Jasper for joining us as a sponsor. I have now gone in and created my own little recipe, and I had it 3 days last week, and I actually invited Dawn to lunch, and I said, I want you to try this, and she said, oh yeah, it is so good, it is so good. So be creative with what you're doing. I love the Dairy Queen slaw. Are you a slaw guy?
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
I think you can put slaw on anything. Hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken tenders, you name it, and you got it, because they have really good slaw.
Put it on milk and magnesia if you want to.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Could.
Yes, you could. Now, as a landscaping, lawn maintenance kind of person, you have never been to Gibbs Gardens, have you?
No, I mean, I've intended to, but I haven't. I've been to Callaway.
Well, Gibbs Gardens, the deal of a lifetime is a $50 pass, because if you live close, then you get to see every time the seasons change, and it is a bargain basement price. If you go one time, it's $20 to get in, which is still not bad at all.
Is that per person or per car?
Per person.
Okay.
Per person. And I loved the calmness of it. And I'm going to tell y'all something. We've been talking about this thing in this ear has a problem now. I've worn an earpiece in this ear for 11 years. So if it were in this ear, I would think it's because of my earpiece. But I have this ringing from this side of my head over, this ringing.
Somebody's calling you.
Yeah, I wish I could answer. And it's driving me up the wall because it gets louder at certain times. When I was at Gibbs Gardens on Thursday, Vicki and I were having lunch, and I might say we were having an amazing sandwich. It was so good. It was so good. And drinking water and sitting there, and I said, shh, shh. And she said, what is it? I said, the ringing in my ear stopped. We were outside, kind of way out in the venue, just sitting there in nature. And all of a sudden, the ringing in my ear stopped. So now, the question to the doctor would be, does it have to do with electronics?
I got a suggestion for you.
Does it? Well, suggest.
It'll help you. Just get you a tent and move to the woods.
I thought about it.
And it go away.
That is the first time in months that I have had no ringing in my ears. And it was interesting because when I got back in the car and I got back around electronics, it came back. It came back with a vengeance. So I'm thinking, we've done a lot of research online and read about this. There are millions of people in America that have this problem. There are millions of people in America who do this all day long. We have a cell phone stuck to our head, which is probably really not good for us. And there are people who are under power lines at work. You know, that's one of the things as a realtor. When I go to preview a house, if it's under power lines, I mention to the clients, you know, because they ask. They'll say, where's the closest power line? And I tell them, well, it's half a mile or a quarter of a mile, because some people are worried about those things. I'm worried that half my head has an electronic something going wrong. And I honestly, this is the ear I use my cell phone with. So it worries me. But I've been to the internet and back. We've read everything about it. And most doctors will say, there's no cure. But there's a new electronic device that they will try to jumpstart. Do I want to be jump-started?
Is that like a pacemaker for your ear?
I know. Would I have to start this life over again? I don't know.
I got some jumper cables out in the car. I'll help you with it.
That might work. That might work. But it was so weird because when we were at Gibbs Gardens, it was gone. It was gone. And I was like, seriously.
You just need some peace and tranquility.
I need some peace and tranquility. So there's the prescription they should write.
I've got a tent I'll sell you. It's a two-man. Okay. I got a big one or a small one, and you and Freddie can just
big one.
move to the woods, get you a spot out there in the middle of the leaves, and just.
Isn't that weird though? Because and right now it's.
No, I like camping.
Yeah, you do like camping. My idea of camping is the Holiday Inn.
Oh, boy.
But it's crazy because this thing has really gotten on my last nerve, and then to have it disappear, it was like, okay, does that mean I have to go to Gibbs Gardens every afternoon now just to get a little clear-headedness?
No, you
is that a word?
You just moved to the woods.
I moved to the woods. Okay. Well, we said we're going to play trivia with y'all today, and nobody knew the answer, and I'm really disappointed in Jasper folks who might not remember a group called Silver Creek.
It's opposed to Gold Creek.
As opposed to Gold Creek, because Silver Creek was James Jones, Barry Scott, and Barry Abernathy, three of North Georgia's finest. And I'm going to tell you something. They got us to Grayson, Georgia, and back the other day listening to that music, and it helped because. Do you do road rage? Do you get annoyed when people act crazy?
I just usually, no, I better not say it.
I know. This morning on the way to work, and I love this, I come up, if I leave early, I come up Old Highway 5 because I love Old Highway 5.
Scenic route.
The scenic route. If I leave in a timely manner that I don't have a certain amount of time, I come up 5:15. Well, this morning, there's a fire truck, an ambulance, and another medic truck turning on 108. So when the red light turns, I looked in both directions to make sure that no other emergency vehicles were coming. And the little idiot behind me was annoyed at that. So as I went through the red light and everybody else went with me, he decides to go between me and the car beside me, and he goes, Well, he didn't get to go nowhere because traffic was backed up like crazy, and he had to make every stop I had to make. And I just thought, now, Sunshine, that was kind of silly for you to act like that, because he romped down on that thing, you know, and he threw his hands up, and I just thought, okay. He had to stop at every red light I had to stop at, and it made no difference in his day.
It reminds me of the tortoise and the hare story all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You always, both of you arrive at the traffic light 5 miles down the road at the same time.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But it was crazy because I'm aware of what's happening on 515. Traffic is growing every single day.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
It is nuts. It is nuts. We are becoming the 400, which scares me to death because I'm not a 400 fan.
People drive like it on
Yes, they
there, too.
do. Yes, they do. And it scares me. So I go Old Highway 5. So if y'all ever want to see me, or if you ever try to call me and I don't answer my phone, it's because in Nelson I have no phone service. There's a little blip where you go through Nelson.
There is, yeah.
And
I know where that's at.
Yes, and you have no phone service, and I don't know why, because it's near everything. It's near a subdivision and all that stuff. But
it's like a quarter-mile stretch right
yes,
there.
It is. Yes, it is. And it don't matter who you're talking to. If you're talking to President Donald Trump, you're going to lose that call because that phone will drop. And you're just done.
Every time.
You're just done. So, but I like the old route. I like the back roads. I still love that.
Old people like old roads.
Old people like old roads. That's right. Well, let's ask an old people question. Let's ask, because somebody who's watched us for years will know the answer to this. I want somebody to call us at 866-939-2329 and tell me 2 of my other co-hosts besides you. Bill was the old one because he was the first one to come in the first day we started here. Do you remember the first day we started?
I do.
And how we were kind of new to the game. Had you ever done live TV before?
No, I'd been on TV, but I had never done live TV.
Well, I will just tell you, I do not like edited, recorded, nothing. I want it live. I want to fly by the seat of your pants. I want to get in here, get it done, get it over with.
No, you fly by the seat of yours. I'll keep mine. Thank you very much.
There you go. But I love live television. Now, I'm going to WATC in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be recorded, and that's going to be different for me.
You singing?
No,
that's
for
what
sure
they do down
not.
there. You know.
I know, but I'm not going to.
Travis and Alicia going
But
with
I
them?
am taking Travis and Alicia
okay.
with me. They asked me. They said, "What would you like to do about the music?" And I said, "Well, of course, Travis and Alicia Bridgman." So I just don't like recorded television. I think Fred Wyndham spoiled me because when we did Heart of the Home, and y'all got to see an old Heart of the Home episode that actually Lori Tipton filmed, but when we did Heart of the Home, Fred and I didn't do retakes. We got in there, we did it, we were done, and it was over with. And he said it's as good as live TV, and he would set up his TriCaster, and he would have everything there to edit as we went into it, because he said, you don't do retakes. I don't do retakes. I like live TV.
Bloopers.
Yeah.
I like
and
bloopers.
We did have some bloopers up in Fannin County, didn't we?
We did. We've had them other places too.
Now, if y'all can call me at 866-939-2329, you're going to get Bill Siniard, First Mountain City Quartet, really good. And when we look at these songs, Uncloudy Day, I Feel Like Traveling On, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, I'm Living in Canaan Now, love that song, love that song. So many of these are the songs, the standards, Amazing Grace, it is wonderful. And Lord, I'm Coming Home. I mean, you chose. Now, did y'all get together and choose these songs?
We did. We all 4 voted on them, yep.
Well, this is the kind of music you can listen to all day, every single day. So call us at 866-939-2329 if you can tell me 2 of my other co-hosts. I had 4 more. Five more counting the boy from Ball Ground. So there you go. So if you can call us at 866-939, you will win a CD. You know, when things changed here and co-hosts were not here as part of my day, I thought, I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. It worked out okay because I have my regular sponsors and I have people who come on and I try to share things from Ball Ground to Turtletown, what's going on here and what's going on there. And thank goodness I have a network of folks who will keep me up with what's going on.
I know what they're thinking, though.
What?
You did okay because you can talk 59 minutes without us anyway. So that's what they're thinking.
That's right. That's right. Do you know one of the best compliments I ever got? Somebody called me one morning and said, I know I'm scheduled to be there, but I'm throwing up. Do you want me to come? And I said, no.
Sure, come on.
No,
Come on.
I do not. And that day was the first day I ever did it alone, and I was a wreck. I was so nervous. And when I got off the air, somebody called me and said, you nailed it, good job. Because I was a wreck.
You shouldn't be, though. You can talk.
But I was used to having somebody to play off of, and it was hard. It was hard. So, speaking of hard, let's ask Archie Watkins, how hard is it going to be for Archie to level the field and put the inspirations on stage as it will be traveling now, because they have some extras.
Well, he's got a lot of choices. I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
He has some amazing choices, but how do you narrow it down too? And we want to share some Archie Watkins music with you now, because Archie has got the old guys with him, the young guys with him, the middle guys with him, and he can't possibly carry that much weight and pay the bills.
No, it'd be tough.
So he's got to do something.
Got to trim the fat, as they say.
What would you think? As
Don't
a
ask
tenor,
me.
as a tenor, does he need some backup help because his voice has been, since he was 14 years old?
No.
His voice has been out there 52 years?
I would say in his case not, because my dad, I'll use him as an example. When you say the word inspirations, he thinks of Archie
Watkins.
And
That's
Mike
right.
Holcomb and
That's right.
Martin Cook. I mean, he thinks of the old guys.
Right,
So
right.
the people that love the inspirations won't care. He could miss all the notes he wants,
They don't
and they
care.
just want to see him. They want to hear him.
There you go. Well, it's Matt Dibler and Janice from LJ knew two of my co-hosts. And yes, I had Freddie, Angela, Charlene, Melton, and Matt, and Bill. That's 6, right?
That's what I remember.
That's 6. And it's interesting when I look
We
back
had
at
a few
each
guest
one.
co-hosts here and there.
We did have. I watched some this weekend, and I was looking at what everybody brought to the table, and it was fun. It was interesting. Often it was unpredictable.
Different.
Very different. And when I brought Matt in, it was to do an inspirational message.
But I was the favorite, of course.
Of course he was the favorite.
I've got a
Of
trophy to
course.
prove it.
Yes, that's right. That's right, he does.
At least 1 year.
He was a favorite co-host. But when we look at what it took to make up this program, it took a little bit of everything from everybody. And everybody gave something. And then when Charlene came on, the bubbly one, that was perfect. And you came up with that idea because Melton was gone.
Yeah.
So it just fit. It just fit absolutely perfect.
Well,
So-
when we received our awards at the Grammys, I thanked all those people too.
That's right, you did. You did. All right, we're going to give away another CD because I love Southern gospel music, and I know two people who are two of the best. They love Southern gospel music, and they support and encourage you to be a part of Southern gospel music
Good
today.
folks.
Good folks, the Bridgmans. So this is called We Can Hardly Wait, and it features Travis on the piano, and it features he and Alicia, and then a little bit from Lee. And this is going to be our next goodie, and I love it that Travis has God Bless the USA on here. He loves doing that song. So we're going to give that away. What kind of question should we ask? You think of something.
Well, you was asking a little while ago who the lead singer of that group was.
Aerosmith?
Yeah.
That's right.
See if they know the rock and
Does
roll.
anybody know who the lead singer of Aerosmith is? And yes, he has been rode hard and put up wet.
Looks like a woman sometimes.
He does that
Oh,
and
boy.
acts like an idiot sometimes.
But he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Call us at 866-939-2329 and you will find out who you can tell us, and we'll tell everybody, and they'll go, oh, really? I didn't know that.
Now, Travis will be thrilled to know that somebody's winning one of his CDs off of an Aerosmith.
Yes, he will. He will. Okay, we want to remind you, Georgia Mountain Fair, they have been so good to us, and they have given us so many tickets that we've given y'all. This weekend, the Winona concert was there, and a lot of folks from our community, Winona.
Who?
Winona. Do you know who Winona is? Do you know who the Judds are?
I drink it out of it, milk out of it. Oh, you're talking about something. Oh, never mind. I think I know who that is.
Winona was in concert, and as I understand it, it was a fantastic concert. A little bit noisy, a little bit crazy, a little bit crowded.
No.
But what a musical talent. And the next group to come up is going to be Mercy Me. Tickets are available for that on March the 25th. And if you want to get tickets, you can call 706-896-4191. And thank you to Miss Hilda for sharing with us.
Good place to see a show.
She gave us, it's a great place because number one, the traffic getting there is it's a pleasant
not too bad
drive.
at all, no.
And good places to eat on the way up. And nice traffic coming home because
Beautiful scenery.
Yes, it's beautiful.
And it's not like going to Atlanta.
And we do have a winner from McKaysville. There you go.
Cool.
Baxter from McKaysville. Okay, got
Tell the
you.
rest of the people who the lead singer is.
The lead singer is Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler, who was a judge on American Idol. And yes, he is an amazing talent and filthy rich, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
But he is a strange bird.
Strange
I don't
bird.
care how you look at him, he's a strange bird.
Well,
Speaking of looking at him as a strange bird, can you see him in a big bird costume?
No, I see him in a little bird costume. He's a little guy, so.
Oh, Lordy, how funny. Well, don't forget concerts at Georgia Mountain Fair. And if you have anything you're thinking about for summer, what can I do to occupy my kids' times? One of the best trips you'll ever make and the greatest value is the Georgia Mountain Fair.
She has a little bit of everybody up there. Everything from gospel to rock to country.
Yeah.
You name it.
And Martina McBride's going to be there June 23rd, and that's one of those, women ought to get together and just protest and go there in support of instead of in whining of. What you think?
No comment. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Don't get me on politics.
Now look, the Oak Ridge Boys are going to be there this year. Going to be Kentucky Headhunters. Do you remember them?
I know the name. I've never heard any of their
They were
stuff.
so strange looking, but they did some pretty cool stuff.
You gotta be strange to be a headhunter.
Yeah, I guess you do. Or to be from Kentucky. I didn't say that. Bill, did you
Nor
say
did I.
that?
No.
All right, we've got another CD we're going to give away, and this is one, as soon as we come back from the break, we're going to give away the McCameys. So pay attention and sit there, and this is the McCameys. Nice folks from, where is it? Clinton, Tennessee?
They're from Tennessee somewhere up that way.
Either Clinton or Crossville, I can't remember. But anyway, the McCameys, we're going to give that away when we come back from a commercial break.
With speeds up to 150 meg, ETC and Ignite delivers more shopping, more music, more learning, more streaming, more speed to power smartphones, movies, and streaming video, more speed for more devices in your home, and more room in your budget with ETC's low pricing and bundled discounts. Get the fastest internet around with Ignite's new 150 meg. More speed, more savings. Call ETC today.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often, investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
I'm Lauren Smith, University of Georgia. Today we have John Davis, former Georgia Tech All-American, Frank Ross, captain of the Bulldogs' 1980 National Championship team in a Subway showdown. Subway.
How many Subways does that Singleton own? He just up at number 17. He started in my hometown of LJ. Yeah, but he graduated from University of Georgia.
Hey guys, who's hungry? It looks like Subway and Singleton Food Services Incorporated, the winner again. All love Subway.
Chevy runs deep in Canton at Bill Holt Chevrolet. Deeper selection, deeper discounts, and we're letting everybody know it. Not just Chevy buyers in Atlanta. Chevy buyers in Blairsville, Blue Ridge, Jasper, and Ellijay. If you're out there, we're right here with one huge selection at Truck HQ. Always get our lowest prices and friendliest service. Online, BillHoltGM.com.
'Cause when you're talking trucks, you're talking Truck HQ.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Get peace of mind for your family with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to ETC Security and get 6 months monitoring free. Call ETC Security now or visit etcsecurity.com to learn more.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
All right, we've got a McCamey's CD we're going to give away now, and this is McCamey's. It has been opened. The others are brand new and haven't been opened. I opened it and I played it, and I'm going to give this McCamey's. It's one of the newer CDs. I happen to have duplicates, so we're going to give you this one if you can tell us. You know, Miss Hilda and I were talking about groups that she tries to book and how hard it is to get some of the groups, and you have to really work on their scheduling. And she's working on getting the Beach Boys.
Wow.
What if we ask people to call in 866-939-2329 and tell me one of the members of the Beach Boys? It can be living or non-living, because 2 of them are non-living anymore. 2 of them, I hope, have gone to be with the Lord. And call us at 866-939-2329 or answer. Do you want to sing a little tune and they could give us the line?
We'll see if they can finish this line. I wish they all could be.
That's right, because that was one of those songs and they were based in this place. So
now, you said you had lunch with them.
I had lunch with them when I was 14 years old. I have a picture that day. I found it last night. It's so funny. It was Easter Sunday. That means that I was 14. They have been performing 52 years.
Y'all do the math.
Do the math. Yeah, don't you dare do the math. But it was crazy because Glenn Campbell was there. I had no idea who Glenn Campbell was. He was just starting. Bruce Johnston just joined them, you know, so it was it was crazy.
So how did you wind up having lunch with the Beach
Mama
Boys?
was in the marketing department at Minute Maid, and she arranged them coming in because Minute Maid was one of their sponsors. And she just said, "Sugar, I think I've got something you're going to enjoy today." Oh God!
What arena were they playing at?
They were playing in Orlando downtown. I think it was called the Orlando Municipal Auditorium.
Okay.
And they were at the Cherry Plaza Hotel, and I will never forget it. I mean, and oh my gosh, it was
That's a memory.
It was like forever a memory. And the one thing I remember is their drummer who passed away, was eating pecan pie, and I took the fork that he ate with, and I left the hotel.
Now that's a fan.
That's all I'm gonna say is I left the hotel with it.
Oh, I guess at 14 years old you were taken by them.
Oh my gosh, the Beach Boys! Are you kidding me? It was crazy. It was just crazy.
Now a lot of guys that are under 40 years old, they don't realize how wildly popular they were.
Oh my goodness! And the 2 brothers who did all the writing and the composing and the putting things together, and you know, one of them, super genius, super idiot, you know, would do some crazy stuff. And this was in an era when drugs were a big thing. It was the LSD time and acid and the things that were really, and he almost lost his life to that.
Yeah.
And
still messed up.
Yeah, sadly. And it's because musical genius often, Ike and Tina Turner. Ike Turner, perfect example of that. He was a musical genius idiot.
But Billboard magazine has come out and said that the Beach Boys album Pet Sounds is one of the, if not the most popular and most widely loved albums of all time in rock and roll music.
Wow. And it was during that era that he created that.
Because all the songs on there pretty much went up the charts.
That's it.
So people loved them. My dad even likes the Beach Boys.
Oh, that's
saying something. He's a country music guy. You know.
Okay, Little Deuce Coupe. I love that. Yeah. I love Fun, since Daddy took the T-Bird away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the music, the feeling.
In My Room.
Yeah. Now that's a strange one.
I love that song.
Yeah, that's a thoughtful.
Done.
Yeah, that's a really thoughtful, because you think about everything else was about fun in the beach, and then all of a sudden.
About the only one I don't like of theirs, and a lot of people do like it, is Baba Ran.
Yeah, I don't like
it's
that.
It's just like
Baba
just
Ran.
Get on to the next one.
Yeah.
But anyway, they had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
And they can still draw a crowd.
Oh man, well I hope that Miss Hilda gets this worked out, because she was working on it when she was here. And hopefully we will have the Beach Boys at Hiawassee. That would just be, that'd be amazing.
You do know when they play, they'll have a beach ball floating around the audience somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not one or two or three of them.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, they are fantastic still. But when I think about their ages, they have to be in their mid-70s.
Probably,
Have to be, yeah.
probably.
Because they were all older than me, so they're maybe late 70s.
Well,
And they're still stepping on stage. Are you kidding me?
a lot of the groups you liked are probably in their hundreds
I know. And they've gone on to be with the Lord.
or somewhere else. Oh,
Hush
gosh.
your mouth. All right. Have we had a winner yet on that one?
No winner?
Okay. All right. We're going to also give away the Bridgmans. If you know any of the guys' names who sang with the Beach Boys, call us at 866-939-2329 and you will win the McCameys. Now we're going to ask another one about the Bridgmans. Every month they come to visit with us and Travis delivers a message. Can you tell me the name of the church that Pastor Travis pastors and has for about 11 years now?
Cumming, Georgia.
Cumming, Georgia. Pick up the phone and call us at 866-939-2329. I guarantee you there's some people out there that have been with us to visit because we do love going to see those folks.
We were over there together just a few weeks ago.
We were,
a couple weeks
and
ago.
it was pretty packed and pretty loud and pretty crazy, and it was Dixie Echoes, wasn't it?
Dixie Echoes, yeah.
Dixie Echoes. Now, 3 generations, the older gentleman who has already been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he's gone on to be with the Lord. And then the next one, Dale Sheldon, and then Dale Sheldon.
Well, Randy,
and then
Randy Jr.
Randy Jr. Okay,
Scoot.
Dale, Scoot. Why do they call him Scoot? But anyway, what amazing talent. 3rd generation in Southern gospel music.
Maybe he has a boot and he has a boogie, so he's boot
Did
scoot
you
boogie.
hear the story about him, how he had cancer and battled
I've heard
cancer
that
as a young man?
Many times, yeah.
And beat that cancer and ended up doing things that they said he would never live to do.
Yeah, we had dinner with him that night, and Penny, his wife, was there, and it's good people to talk with. So.
Yeah, and what an amazing story of miracles happen every single day.
Yep.
Every day. Now, can we ask prayer for your daddy? Because he's dealing with some stuff right now.
Yeah, if people would remember him, Charles Siniard over in Cartersville. He's had bladder cancer for a number of years, but it's starting to spread some, so he's got to go have it removed.
And Miss Linda from up in Blue Ridge knows that the McCameys, she's going to get to take them home with her because she knew the answer on the Beach Boys.
What is the answer? Name some of those guys.
Mike
Brian
Love, Bruce Johnston,
Brian Wilson, Dennis Wilson.
And Dennis died 30-something years old.
Al Jardine.
And Al Jardine, who was the little wormy-looking little guy. And Carl Wilson, who, genius. But you know what's so interesting is when Glenn Campbell traveled with them, Glenn Campbell was their backup guitarist. Come on, he became one of the greatest in the music industry ever. And now, sadly, he's battling full-blown Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's like
How sad.
That's like Glenn Fry and Don Henley being with the Eagles. They played with Linda Ronstadt first.
Yeah. And there they go. And they
There they
go
go.
on to make music history. So, well, you've made some music history. Will you give us your phone number if folks want to book you coming to their church to sing?
Sure, 770-893-8866.
And all you got to do is pick up the phone and call him, and he'll say, yep, I believe I can do that. I'll be right there. So there you go.
Something like that.
Thank you for being here today. It's always fun. And, I miss those days of Bill walking in on Monday and giving me a hard time.
Well, I've toned it down a little, so trying to be
Because I
respectful.
got old, so he's trying to be respectful. Yeah. It's time to leave him now. We're going to leave you here where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. You know, when we think about, we are in the most beautiful area in the world, and what a joy to get to come. What a joy to get to come to y'all's house every single day. Thanks for inviting us. We'll see you again soon. See you again, only on ETC.